What up, people? Coming at you live. Smart Mead. I'm here with my man Nicholas Campbell.
What's going on?
We're in the booth, and we are doing our training day podcast. Coming at you live. We bring it weekly, and we got a lot to uncover because Nick's very active. He's having a record year here, and we wanted to get him in to kind of go over some of this, drop some light, and so Nick, happy to have you here, buddy. If you can tell us, kind of go over some things that people don't know about you. Give us your story a little bit, some of the things that kind of got you in the insurance industry and kind of why you think it's a great industry and kind of carving the path for your future. It's an interesting take. I want to hear it. So I think they do too.
I think it all has to begin with I was always around my situation is very different than a lot of other people. I mean, I think everyone comes from a place of brokenness. My brokenness was I came from a situation where my dad played professional basketball. My mom was a nurse. They were able to do and provide for me.
Wow.
in a way that I didn't have to want for nothing. So it's I knew I wanted that, and I knew I wanted I don't know if you call it a curse, a gift. I just had the how can you say it? The opportunity to be around people who made a lot of money.
Got it.
See a lot of money.
That's a gift, bro. So I guess your perspective does change that, right? Gift or a curse.
Yeah.
How do you see it?
I see it as an opportunity, man.
That's a gift to me, man.
I see it as a way that it taught me a way to kind of how I need to be, how I need to act, how I need to have a certain mindset around something, a certain attitude, a certain activity. Early on, I was always a worker. I was always involved in sports. So it was from day one, it was just training. So
what team did your dad play for?
Atlanta Hawks.
So how long was he on that team?
He was in the league for about 15 years, so he spent maybe 4 or 5 years with them.
Did he 15 years in the league?
Yeah, so ABA with the Carolina Cougars,
okay,
and then the NBA, and then the Harlem Globetrotters for a little bit.
What?
Yeah, he was a shooter, man.
Woo! That's what's up. Wow. And how long was he with the Hawks?
3-4 years.
Okay, got it. That's awesome, dude. So you've moved around a little bit then.
Yeah.
Got it. So how did that kind of impact you moving around a little bit? Seeing different parts of the country at different points of your life.
It was awesome, but it was where are we going next?
Got it.
It was so I guess that's where I guess you get the hustle and bustle because we're always moving. We're always changing, it's always shifting, we're always meeting new people. So it was never a problem to me just to talk to people.
Got it.
It just came natural.
Makes sense. That makes sench. Makes sense. This is starting to make sense. So why don't you transition us a little bit? What did you do before insurance, period?
I was in the car industry.
Okay.
I sold vehicles. I sold vehicles from all the way to Kia, all the way up to Mercedes-Benz, Highline, Exotics. So what I would do is I would kind of similar to here, I would go through their filing cabinet of people who bought cars there, and I would just call them and just convince. I just make sense for them to trade their car in and
convince is a good word. There's no judgment. Convinced. You convinced them. You sold them.
Yeah. So it was just creating it created a niche in the industry because nobody was actively calling deals. I was pulling people who just leased their vehicle 12 months ago. And they're going to get an extra $5,000 and they're getting this feature, and we're understanding that when they bought their vehicle, they wish they had this, they wish this was different, they wish that was different, and if it made sense to them, they're switching.
Let me ask you a question: why would someone buy a vehicle and then wish things were different?
Because of the salesperson. They told them that it would have this and it didn't. They told them that it would. They thought it was going to drive like this, but it didn't. They thought it was. Their expectation wasn't what it was.
And then you were there to provide more value.
Correct.
You've been value selling for a while. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Up until what years were you in the car industry?
2010. till 2018, 19.
Okay, so when I met you, we were in the insurance business. It was an insurance platform when I met you.
Correct.
Different company than we are right now.
Yeah, it was back and forth.
Okay, got it. So I want to hear a little bit more about that. What made you even think about insurance, and then what made you, go back and forth?
So when I Googled the number one, income that is generated, I came up with financial services. And I'm not super intelligent. I'm a smart person. I just know how to follow directions and keep it like, I don't know, and keep it pretty much consistent throughout. It's like, so when I saw that it was financial services, I my passion is cars. Like it's always been vehicles. It's always been like, I don't know. It's like when I was little, I had we used to play the car game. So like we used to say, oh, what's that car? And then we used to figure it out from a distance with the cars by the headlights. And I just became so good at it. And it's like when I grown up, my mom has pictures of what she saved, and they was cars. So I knew I wanted to do something with money, and I knew I wanted to do something with cars. And I knew that, they say if you do what you love to do, it's like you never work a day in your life. So I figured if I could incorporate, that, into it, and I just went and did it.
That's what's up, man.
So I did the car thing, and I was capped. It was like I couldn't necessarily make, it was just trying to figure out the deal. It was people trying to it was management trying to figure out my personality. I didn't, I bounced around from the car business. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I've literally worked for every manufacturer.
Got it.
So it was different dealerships. It was, once you kind of go everywhere, it's like, everybody in the car industry knows each other. So it's like you kind of develop like a rap. But I mean, don't get it. Like I worked.
Right.
So and I
that makes sense. That translates.
So they gave me a shot.
Got it. Makes sense. So the insurance business, you searched it. You figured out it was one of the highest ways to get paid. You got interested in it. You got your license.
So here's the little thing that. So I got my license. So I started with a program that if you did the practice simulator test, that they would pay for your license as many times as you needed to take it. I don't know. Most people don't know. It took me 23 times to pass.
What?
Real talk.
What?
23 times.
Wait, we got to break this down because
you said we got 17.
Wait, I know, but wait. So there's no way. Why?
I'm not a test taker. Like I came to a point where they took the book, like they couldn't figure it out. Like they took the insurance book and they would just say, what is this? And I would finish the whole paragraph. Like I knew the book inside and out. It's just when it came to the test. Like I passed the test because I had a fever. I was sick.
Wow.
Yeah. I got like a 3-4 scores out of 69 then.
Wow. That's incredible. First off, that says a lot, it says a lot about your testament, your will, your fortitude to keep going, which is kind of how you got here now. Like, right? So I've seen you in and out of meetings for years.
Crazy, right?
And no sales.
In my head, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Just fired up.
And now that I know you and now that I know how active you are and, it all makes sense based on what you just said. You got a lot of energy. You do bounce around a little bit, but you found a way to get structured, have family first life, and start crushing it. So first off, what triggered you to start really selling with us? And then
Brian Mendenhall. I mean, so here's the thing about like the insurance industry. It's like it's its own little environment. Like it's like the people in this environment really, in my opinion, the last deal that I came from, they really cared about people. Mm-hmm. Like they really cared about each other. Like like we were fired up and we were broke. Like it was no, for real. We were broke. Like but we were fired up. So it's like I was introduced to the business, to the industry by somebody else, and I met Brian Mendenhall. And Brian Mendenhall didn't even get compensated off of anything that I've done. Like he just was just there, and he just helped, and he just poured into me, and it was just like it was like a brother did. Like it was a brother never had.
Strong.
It was like I'm the youngest of two sisters, so it was somebody that kind of did something and didn't expect a dime for it. So we never stayed out of contact. So when I left the industry, because it wasn't like I can't really say it's like it was my like I left because it was like, it wasn't, I'm not going to say it wasn't working because clearly it works. It just like, I wasn't looking in the mirror. It's like kind of like that 90-day, like that 30-day guarantee. Everybody's quick to say, oh, it doesn't work, but like you just got to look in the mirror.
Yeah, true. That's strong. And it makes sense because, I mean, you finally decided to do it. I'll never forget. It was summer 2019, last summer, July. You came to the sales conference. You're energetic as always. You're energetic as always.
Fired up.
But you know what? You came out of that one, and I think a week or two later, I saw you on the leaderboard for the first time. And that was like, whoa, this dude's writing. I was like, Brian, this Nick's writing business? He was like, yeah, bro, we're getting them started. So I was like, all right, I'm in. And then you freaking took off. Yeah. So what did you see in the opportunity? And you obviously had that work ethic the whole time, but what did you see in the opportunity that allowed you to kind of put the jets on and start turning in $40,000 a month?
I saw that it was possible. Like I saw that like the average person that could go out and do 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 grand a month. And it was just like, if not, like why then, why not me? Like it was just, sense. I took it very personal.
I love it.
It was like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, why not me? That fueled my whole career. I totally understand the why not me, man. Because look, we're all human beings. Why not you? Right. You know. So why don't we get into psychology a little bit? You know, let's talk about the mindset. Let's talk about the preparation. Let's talk about the leads, the stuff you're doing, the way you approach dial day. How's that all look for you?
So it's like, I think regardless what anything you do, you need to assess your situation. Like Brian, I don't need to assess my situation. Brian said go out and do it. Like I just go do it. Like I don't if somebody gets shot, they get shot. I mean that's kind of like what it is. But the deal, like our deal is like we deal with the 1.5% of the people that fill out these applications, fill out these forms, and send them back. And it's like, you got to think to yourself. It's like, why do they fill it out? Like, what is their thought process? What are they going through? Like, why? Like, the people that we work with, as far as the lead companies, it's like they send them out to everybody. These people are getting 3 and 4 applications, leads, whatever you want to call them. It's like, why are they filling them out? Why then send them back? So I just take it real personal, and I think you got to understand from a standpoint. It's like, normal people don't do it. Like I get stuff sent to the mail. I don't fill it out. It doesn't make me right. It doesn't make me wrong. It is what, I just don't do it.
Right.
But you know, I think if we wrap our minds around that, and if we understand that, it's like, the people are just raising their hand because they don't know how to evaluate the situation. They need help. And they need somebody who's confident and enough to go out there and help them. Like, be bold enough to get uncomfortable, to ask the questions, like, to figure out, like, why did you, like, you got it for the insurance, but, like, why is that, like, why is that important to you? Why is protecting your family the most important thing to you?
I love it.
So, I mean, it's just like when we look at what we're dealing with, we're looking at our leads. It's I try to understand that. So when I'm on the phone, it's like I'm not really. It's like, it's Nick. I'm the underwriter for your mortgage insurance. Like I got to do the medical portion. I'll see you Tuesday at 6. Like it's done and over. My phone calls are like no more than 30 seconds.
Correct.
If it's more than 30 seconds, I'm like, the object of the phone is to book an appointment. So it's like we have to wrap around time. Like, it's like people say it's very simplistic, but it's like if they understood it more, I think they do more. Like it's not overcome. The object of the phone is to book an appointment. You book the appointment. It's like I think we overcomplicate that. And once we overcomplicate that, we have to be bolder than we actually need to be in the first place. Right. So it's like, I'm dialing like I have a bunch of leads. Like I'm dialing with 400 or 500 leads at a time, and I'm just going through them, and then like I'm going through them in sets of increments of 15 to 20. And I'm kind of dialing them one time, and I'm going back through them, dialing them again, letting it ring, hang up, dialing them, and it's like they're getting like 4 or 5, 6 phone calls in an hour before I move on. So, but I don't get personally attached to it.
Right, correct.
It's something that like it is what it is. Like, I just move on, and I got a bunch of people. I got to figure it out, and and go from there. Here's the deal. It's like there's enough people that, like you said, it's like as long as we have people that fill out the applications, we won't go broke. So
yeah, I mean, when are people ever going to stop needing life insurance? You know,
and now more than ever, it's just like I don't understand why people are just like our foot should be more on the gas than it's ever been.
Yeah, I mean, whenever the hysteria is high, the demand for life. That's why it's a recession-proof business, bro.
Absolutely.
Because when the knife, even when the sword is falling, people are trying to catch a falling knife, no matter what. And when they're doing really well, it's value over price. When there's hysteria, it's straight up, I'm scared. I want to protect my family.
It's fear of loss.
Yes, it's fear of loss, because fear of like real loss,
right.
Which is, it is what it is. I didn't make it up. It makes sense. Like, this is just the industry. It's recession proof. The demand for life insurance today is a lot higher than it was 6 weeks ago. Fair enough.
Right.
I'm like, we're helping families. We're out here serving, so.
And I'm not confused about that. Like, I never vacillated over the idea when I call people, like, what my job is like, I'm here to help you. And I think like if people, like, people don't know how much you care until you show them how much you care. It's like, how are you leaving it all on the line? It's like, I don't know. It's like people. There's like, I feel like there's nothing to get emotional about. Like, people are going to say no.
Correct.
People are like, as long as you don't kill somebody before you come into the work, it's like, what's there to be emotional about?
A famous Shaw Mike quote.
Right.
I love it. So now you have that. How many hours on average a week would you say you're booking appointments, like actually dialing the phones?
I mean, I'm different. Like, I'm very. Like, so when I get on the phone, like, out of 10 people that answer the phone, I'm normally booking like 5 to 6 points.
Okay.
Like, it's just, and it's the pattern at which I'm dialing.
Yeah.
Like, that will cause them to answer the phone, because the worst part of the, like, I'm gonna be transparent with you. Like, the two worst parts about this job is getting people to answer the phone, and that time between driving an appointment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, unless you're filling it with like something that's going to make you like incoming producing activities, like
right,
dialing the phone to recruit. Like,
right.
that's what you should be doing. You preach that.
That's very interesting. I never heard anyone really say it that way. But if I think about it, you're probably right. Yeah, like driving in between appointments,
and
right?
Getting them to pick up the phone.
Now,
I love this job.
I love the caveat of unless you're getting it, you're creating income while you're driving.
Making money while I'm making money.
The only way to make income while you're driving is to do what?
Dial the phone.
And talk to who?
People about the business.
Prospective recruits or existing agents that are with you, correct?
Correct.
Now that is what, that information is out there. People understand that, but it's uncomfortable, right? I mean, like, because I'm on the phone booking appointments.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in front of clients. Okay. Now I'm in my car, which is supposed to be my chill time. And I'm on the phone now talking to agents for the next 40 minutes on my way to appointments.
You start doing that, like, your day just is like, you're like, what did I talk to? It's like I understand, like, when it's like you don't, like, I never used to understand when people didn't get back to me with, like, I wasn't busy. Like, I wasn't, like, I don't, I don't get back to some, my mom for like a couple days. It's like, I'm just busy. I'm just doing my thing. So, but like, yeah, I get it.
But so when you do that, dude, it starts to explode though, because you're pouring into people. I think that people,
your belief level goes through the roof.
Yeah, and people need to understand this pouring into people piece. Yes, it's inconvenient, but you're not gonna. Anything worth building is inconvenient, and anything that's gonna leave a mark is inconvenient. You're gonna leave a mark in people because you're pouring into them. You're gonna leave a mark in people because you're pouring into them, and they're growing. It might not be at the pace you want. It might not be at the pace they want, but they're growing. You have information, Nick, that they need for the new agents you're hiring.
And you have an obligation.
You have an obligation to help them. You have a lot of energy. It's not a problem for you, all right? Right? I'm just kind of talking. And people are growing and changing. You're affecting change in the home when you sell a policy. There's no doubt. I've never delivered a death check once, Nick, and the clients say, why are you here? They've always hugged me and been happy to see me. No doubt about it. And they've always wanted more. They always wish they had more coverage. So never once did I not affect change selling a policy. Sorry. Number two, you're talking to agents, you're helping them grow. Dude, you're giving back. You know, you just are. And I love to see it. So you're running on average how many appointments a week?
I don't leave I don't leave the house with less than like 7 appointments. Like if it's
per
less,
day.
Yeah. So I'm running 4 days a week. Every other week I'm running Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm picking up a day, and then the last week of the month I'm running every day.
Okay, I like it. You have a strategy for it.
Yeah, it's it's just getting the right people around you. So like it's like if you're gonna to set yourself up like that, to run like that as far as the end of the week, you need to like have somebody in the car that's dialing the phone for you.
Got it.
So you are on your phone like in a Bluetooth, because in New Jersey you can't be on the phone. Like you get caught on the phone 3 times. So,
with a Bluetooth, you can do it.
So, right. So but you can't pick your phone up and dial the leads. And you can't do that.
Yeah.
So I do that, and it's just like I'm always. When's a good time to dial the leads? Whenever you have leads.
Got it.
A good time to book appointments whenever you have openings.
Got it.
So it's just how can, like, I was taught early on, like, if you're not on your phone, you're not making money.
It's true.
It's like, if our phone is what's keeping us from making as much money as
that's
we want,
crazy.
It's like, how long could we be on the phone?
Yeah, think about that, dude. It's a device. There's nothing. This device doesn't hurt when I hold it. Like I use it for a lot of things, dude. We surf, we look at stuff. You know what I mean? Like if I can't use it like this to generate an income and to help more people, I don't know, dude. I mean,
and I don't know much. I don't know how much money you can make by doing this. Like eventually, you gotta. You gotta call them. I don't know.
It's facts, dude. So that makes sense. So. You're running 28 on average, 28 appointments a week, and what are you writing on average? What are you issuing on average a month?
Like anywhere from 40 to 45,000.
That's amazing. So that's extremely life changing numbers.
I mean, it's not. Everybody's killing it though.
Right.
Like Steve's killing it. Jonathan's killing it. Everybody's. I'm just trying to keep up.
I know.
Trying to figure it out on old stuff.
No, I get it, man. The pressure is on because there's so many people killing it. I get it, but it's still life changing income, and you've been doing that at that rate for probably
36 weeks.
How many months is that?
36 weeks. I mean, it's like
9 months.
Yeah. A little bit less.
A little bit less, about 8 months.
Third week of August.
Okay. So, yeah, about 8 months or so. At that level. At that level, bro. That's significant.
And everyone's killing it, man.
Yeah.
There's new people that are coming up that it's like, and that's what I love about it, man. It's just like that pursuit is just what I think people will live for. They'll die for it. They'll fight to get around. They'll fight to be around. Like winners win. They'll get around winners. I mean, it's just... I don't know, just the environment, man. It's crazy.
That's what's up. So, all right, man. So, you're in the home. You're talking to people. You're trying to help get people to move, get them to understand what it is that they filled out and what they're trying to do. What's one of the things, or one of the top 2 things that's been working for you at that level?
I do a lot of teaching and a lot of does that make sense? And I'm doing a lot of like. Can you explain to me how it doesn't make sense?
Love that.
Like I'm trying. Like I don't think the yes works anymore. I think it's kind of like you have to.
What do you mean yes?
Like getting people to say, does that make Does that make sense? Yes. That whole, because the yes can be flawed. It could be a fake yes.
Yes.
It could be a yes to pass you along. It could be a yes that you're not unsure, but you don't want to do it. So it's just like if you could have people say no to you in a way that it says
yes. I like that, dude. Listen. When I got to that place. Dude, when I got to that place in my career where the no actually meant more to me than a yes, I was like, we're on to something. I remember having a conversation with Danielle Byrne when she arrived at that place. And we were laughing about it because the way we help families with life insurance is so much about them and it's so value-based that it's almost difficult for them to tell us it doesn't make sense.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So if they say no, what you're saying, this whole explain to me what I'm not explaining to you that's coming across this way because maybe I'm not doing my job. Explain to me why you'd be saying no to that. And you get this answer that opens up like, it's like a flower in bloom. You know what I mean? And in that flower in bloom, there's all types of stuff that comes out that allows you to get in there a little bit deeper and help the family. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely.
You're finding that?
It's it's just about. It's not using it a way against them. It's not using it. It's just using it in a way that it kind of makes sense.
Correct.
And it's using it in a way to kind of like to fish out all the issues, like to kind of figure out the unknown.
Right.
Like, because if you don't know what's going on, it's like, how can you help them?
Correct. Dude, you're an artist. You become an insurance artist, bro. We got to do the same with the team. I know you're pushing for VP. I know you're getting ready to.
I'll be sales manager this month.
Okay, that's what's up. I love it, love it, love it. On your way to senior sales manager.
Absolutely.
I love it. So now, to VP, what are some things you put in place? What are some things I know you're working on? I know you got things rolling. So talk to me. What are you putting in place?
Staff.
Okay.
Right people. Training. Just the schedule of it. What you like, I see you and it's crazy, man. It's just like you're doing something. It's like you're just moving, and it's just like it seems like you're doing something every 15 minutes, something new, something different, and it's like, and it's just it explains how you're growing. It's explaining how you're killing it. It's like,
yeah, it's a rhythm though. You know, I remember my wife got home from work, like she was home, you know, and 2 small kids. And she's trying to get in a rhythm. And she goes, she compared herself to someone else, not in a way that was like bad, but she was like, when I look at this lady, she's been doing this so long, she's rolling. She's like, I'm just trying to get in my groove so I can get rolling too. Now she's been home almost going on her 4th year. And it's like, she's rolling. You know what I mean? She's got a rhythm. It's not perfect. Kids are they're off the wall. But she's got a rhythm. And that's what I notice about this business, or really life in general. The more you have to expose yourself to new things, because growth equals new places. It equals new things. The more you have to open new doors and expose yourself to new things, the more you have to get integrated into a new process. The better you get at that process, the more it slows down, the faster you look. So you're just in the process of opening new doors and being integrated into new processes, which is amazing to watch. And I want to see you continue to win, man. You're killing. I know big things are coming, bro. I'm fired up. You came in here gassed up, dude, bouncing off the wall. So I know things are about to pop for you, man. Yeah. So appreciate you jumping on, man. If you could give everybody like a parting shot, something that they can walk away with from the big NC. What you got, buddy?
Man, it's just it's what difference are you making in people's lives? Like you at the end of the day, I believe that you got to care more about people than you do yourself. It's
praise God.
It's when you wrap your head around that, like you can't fake it. When you fake it, it's not genuine and it's not real. I used to ask Brian, like, how do you care about people? And it's just like when you get that it's not about you, that there's like you say, it's not about you. It's about other people, man. It's about serving. It's about getting.
That's great.
It's about like, it's how much love you have to give to other people.
That's a great place, man.
And then when you get there, it's like we need to be the clarifiers. Like if 2 + 2 is 5, we need to make it 4.
Right.
It's when people are uncomfortable. It's like when they test you, are you strong enough to take care of their families and put them in a better situation and fight for them? It's like like you said, everybody just wanted a shot. Mm-hmm. That's all I wanted was a chance. Like and Brian kept giving me a shot. Mm-hmm. So I just was an opportunity and just took it out of the park. And it's like, here's the thing. It's like, if I could do it, like, it's like, man, I just call people and tell them coming over. Like, how, like, I don't know. That's all I know.
Right.
You know, go through you guys set the ball in motion. You guys put the plan in place, the processes. And it's when you plug in, it's like, I came into this with 0 money, man. And where can you go in America with 0 money, 0 capital, and just turn this and just crush it out of the park. It's ridiculous.
I love it, brother. I love it, man. You're. It's gonna be big, man. 2020. We're gonna see.
I'm telling you what, it's
brand new horizons for you, my brother. Well, appreciate you guys jumping on. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube page, and listen. If you like this podcast, download it. Subscribe. You know, you can catch us on Spotify, catch us on Apple podcasts, and we're here. We're gonna come at you every week. We got some different things we're working on, new stuff. We want to come at you in video and voice because we know we just want to reach as many people as possible. We believe we're making a difference. So thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
And God bless.